Hello, topic students. This is an update to get you started on today's lesson. In Moodle, you will find a reading on adult learning theory, better known in the field as andragogy. And one of the things that I think oftentimes we think we know about is adult learners, but I do think that this article will help you understand that further. One of my own interests is moving towards uh, a newer uh, theoretical construct that is basically directly connected to andragogy, and that's heutagogy, which basically talks about the idea of self-directed learners. So in other words, um, in order to address motivation and so on, you allow people to move through interests of their own, and this can be useful in that you can also put frameworks around that, but that's for another day. So take a few minutes and read the article on adult learning theory. There is a short series of questions in the discussion tab, so please address those as part of the lesson. Just so that you know, there are a number of field experiences that have come in over the past week. I would suggest that you take a look at those and be a critical friend. On that subject of field experiences, one of the things that I would like you to do is to take a look at the template that I posted called Field Experience Number 1, the school board. Make sure that when you submit your draft that it is in the same template. One of the things you need to be able to do is to identify the ELCC standard that your field experience addresses, and you will find those listed by the link underneath the field experience. There's a direct link to the ELCC standards. Furthermore, I would like you to take that independent, that field experience and actually implement it. So over the next month or so, take a look at some of the school board meetings, both in your home district and in a nearby or neighboring district, and actually go through that field experience process. I'll be looking for some feedback from you on that. Couple things that are posted for today. Erica's FERPA professional development is up. In that, there is an assessment at the end. There is also a discussion prompt at the end of her professional development. Make sure that you answer the questions there. Again, be a critical friend. Help each other learn what is effective and what you saw as maybe some areas for growth in these exercises. Same goes for Jeff's video with Tracy Hogan, who's the Federal Programs Director for Horry County Schools. Take a look at that and again address the discussion questions below. Again, be a critical friend to Jeff, and we'll use that to hopefully improve videos as we go along. Just some reminders. Next week we have the same format. Mark Porter is due to provide the interview section of the course. So that means that Mark, you and I need to set up a synchronous session together that can be done either online or in person. You tell me the preference in an email. Ellen Kirby, you're up for the professional development section on bloodborne pathogens. Again, you can use whatever media that you deem appropriate. This is a good opportunity for you perhaps to stretch and explore maybe some new ways rather than some of the old standbys like PowerPoint. Is there some other way to do this? It doesn't necessarily have to be, but this is a good time for you to try some new software and so on. One of the things to keep in mind as you design this is we want this to be asynchronous so people could tap into it at any time. It's something that you hopefully could reuse from year to year. For instance, FERPA and bloodborne pathogens are topics that usually you need to review with your staff every year, and especially if you have new staff, they need to be exposed to these ideas. Some good news is that I have gotten positive responses to guests for the class, so we have some at our next face-to-face sessions. We will be having a speaker in class like we did at the last session. That's all I have for now. I hope the course is going well for you and you are getting what you need. A couple things to be thinking about. You should have an independent book on hand at this point. You should be starting cognitive neuroscience. The questions that are included in the neuroscience section are guidelines for discussion and deep learning. Have a good week. I hope everything's going well, and I'll talk to you again soon.